What's going on, everybody? Victor here with a brand new video, and I know it's been 50,000 years since I posted any type of content whatsoever, but with UFC 300 being right around the corner on April 13th, live from the fight capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada, I had to post something, for crying out loud. The fight card is absolutely stacked. It's going to be one of the best pay-per-views in modern UFC slash mixed martial arts modern day history. For crying out loud, the early prelims, I'm talking about Marina Rodriguez versus Jessica Andrade, former champion. Cody Garbrandt versus Davison Figueiredo, two former champions. I'm talking about Jalen Turner versus Renato Money Moicano, all on the early prelims. Not to forget about Bobby Green versus Jim Miller, for crying out loud. All those fights going down just on the early prelims. But if there's one fight that I have to talk about on this main card that's going to take place on April 13th from Las Vegas, Nevada. Like I'm saying, this is UFC 300, for crying out loud. This is a fight card that we've been waiting for years now. It's got to be the People's main event, in my opinion. Arman Tsarukyan versus the champion has a name, Charles Du Bronx Oliveira. This is a fight that a lot of people have had circled down for a while now. Obviously, with these two individuals being the high caliber fighters that they are, they were eventually going to cross paths eventually, and it just happens to be on April 13th at UFC 300 where they're going to do the dance. They're going to get inside that octagon. They're going to see who's going to be fighting against Islam Makhachev in the very, very near future. Obviously, Charles already had that chance. He lost. Islam had that chance. Arman Tsarukyan had that chance and he lost, but it was a very contested, close fight against Islam. Obviously, Islam only has one loss in the UFC. It was a knockout. I believe that was his very first fight in the promotion as well. But ever since that, he's been undefeated. He hasn't lost against anyone. And the only person that's really taken him to the absolute limit besides Alexander Volkanovski in their first outing was Arman Tsarukyan. Now, Arman Tsarukyan is a special talent. He comes from Armenia. He's fighting out of Russia right now, and he's got the full talent. He's the full package. I'm talking about the striking. I'm talking about the wrestling, the jiu-jitsu. He fights out of American Top Team, one of the best teams in the whole entire world. And also on the other side, you have Charles Du Bronx Oliveira, the former lightweight champion of the world. He defended his belt against the likes of Justin Gaethje, Michael Chandler, but that fight was that fight was for the vacant UFC lightweight championship of the world. But since they were both fighting for it, you have to count it as a championship fight, for crying out loud. And he fought against Michael Chandler. He fought against Justin Gaethje. He fought against the former interim lightweight champion of the world, Dustin Poirier. He defended against Islam Makhachev after he got it stripped. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, Charles Du Bronx Oliveira is a complete soldier. He's also the complete package as well. He's got the wrestling. He's got the jiu-jitsu. He's got the striking. He's got the full package. But he doesn't have the best fight IQ out there because he has been dropped. He has been rocked. He got rocked against Islam Makhachev. He got knocked down against Justin Gaethje. He got knocked down against Michael Chandler. He got knocked down against Dustin Poirier. Almost got knocked down, but he definitely did get rocked in that fight. So the chin is always going to be suspect. And even though he did have a great outing against Beneil Dariush, so did Arman Tsarukyan as well. And Arman Tsarukyan literally knocked him out in the first round, just seconds into the fight, for crying out loud. So both these individuals have fought similar individuals in the past, but it's not really going to matter because at the end of the day, both these guys are going to go inside the octagon and they're going to see who's going to be the one coming out of there victorious. If you ask me, it's definitely going to be a good fight. It has the potential to be a Fight of the Year candidate, but I don't really see this fight finishing in a before the 15 minutes are up. I believe it's going to go down to a decision, possibly a split decision as well. This fight is definitely going to go down to the floor. I don't see it being on the feet the whole entire time, even though Charlie Olives, he likes to stand and bang, but like I said, since his chin is a little bit suspect, I would literally advise him to go down to the ground as fast as possible with Arman Tsarukyan, who is literally one of the most decorated wrestlers in the lightweight division right now. That's all Arman really does. He likes to get it to the ground, and even though I'm talking about Charlie Oliveira having a suspect check. So does Arman Tsarukyan. When he fought Joaquin Silva, he got rocked in that fight. He could have been finished in that fight, for crying out loud. And that was a fight that he took basically on short notice because no one wanted to fight Arman Tsarukyan except for Joaquin Silva, who took that fight on short notice, and he rocked him, and he could have gotten them out of there. And that was the fighter that was outside of top 15, way outside of the top 15. But Arman took that fight because he needed someone to fight. He needed to be active. So Arman is the individual that a lot of people have been ducking as of late, and he's been climbing up the division just because of how skilled he is. And that's why he poses a great threat to Charles Oliveira. This fight is going to go down to the ground. There's no joke. There's no denying that whatsoever. And we're going to have to see how things go. Both these guys are good at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Charles Oliveira is definitely the best BJJ practitioner in the whole entire division. When you go down with him into the guard, he has the ability to be able to submit you from different angles, from different places, using different submission techniques, different submission strategies. I'm talking about the arm bar, I'm talking about the Kimura, I'm talking about the triangle, the Bravo choke, the anaconda, the Von Flute, the heel, the heel lock, everything. You know what I mean? He's the whole entire package when it comes to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which is why a lot of guys try to knock him out, try to get it on the feet. But Charles Oliveira does have heavy hands as well. And he has knocked down Gaethje. He did knock down Gaethje. He also knocked down Michael Chandler and knocked him out. He also rocked Dustin Poirier as well. So he has gotten a lot of people out of there as well. He has hurt a lot of people. And even Gaethje said that Oliveira is one of the guys that's hit him the hardest in his whole entire mixed martial arts career, which should be some great praise coming from someone that is a knockout artist in the form of Justin Gaethje. So this fight, like I said, is definitely going to go down to the ground. It depends on what happens and who's going to be victorious on the ground that will be able to dictate what goes on for the rest of the fight. Now, if it goes on to the feet, both these guys, like I said, both these guys have a lot of power. Both these guys have the potential to knock one another out. It all depends on who's going to dictate the pace of the fight, who's going to move forward. And there's one thing about Charlie Olives, is that he always goes forward no matter what, which is why he usually ends up getting rocked or usually ends up getting knocked down. He likes to go forward. He likes to stand and bang. He likes to put on the pressure. He likes to have a fast pace. And Arman is going to have to weather that storm. He can't start out slow the way that he started out slow against Joaquin Silva. He's going to have a fast start the same way that he did against Beneil Dariush when he knocked him out. So both of these guys are definitely going to be in the middle. They're definitely going to stand and bang for a little bit. And it depends on who is going to have that first takedown attempt. I believe that Arman Tsarukyan isn't going to be the one that's going to be scared to go down to the ground. I believe he's going to want to accept that challenge from Charles Oliveira. He's going to want to go down to the ground. And we're going to see some crazy scrambles as well. So if you ask me how this fight is really going to go, I think it's going to go down to decision. I don't think anyone is going to get finished. I think it's going to be a crazy fight with a lot of high-paced energy behind it. And I'm going to go with Arman Tsarukyan on this one. I think Arman Tsarukyan has all the hype in the world. A lot of people are counting him out. A lot of people were even threatening him during the UFC 299 Q&As. He was one of the guests on the panel. A lot of fans were threatening him, saying that Charlie Olives is going to end his life. Charlie Olives is going to F him up. Charlie Olives is going to knock him out. So I believe all those threats and all those people that were making fun of him at that Q&A are definitely giving him more fire and definitely igniting that flame that he has as a fighter inside of his soul to go out there and have one of the best performances in his whole entire life. Since I know he's going to be an underdog during this fight, and a lot of people are counting him out. And I believe he's going to write that into a victory, but it's not going to be an easy one. It's definitely going to be hard earned. So Charlie Olives, I believe that he's going to give him a good run for his money, but I don't think Charlie is going to come out with this victory. He's been in the UFC since he's been 21, I believe, and he's had a lot of miles on his odometer. You know, he has a lot of miles on his body, so I think the young, hungrier lion is going to be able to take this, even though Charles Oliveira does have a lion tattoo on his back. But I think Arman Tsarukyan, like he fights for just as big as a cause as Charles Oliveira, but I believe he's going to get it done, and I believe he's going to get that rematch against Islam Makhachev in the very, very near future. Appreciate you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys liked it. Like I said, it's been a minute, but it's good to be back and throw a little bit of my knowledge out there, even though my MMA knowledge isn't the best. But thank you guys. Appreciate it. God bless. I'll see you guys later.